All right, greetings. Welcome back to Black Bear News, where everything is connected and all the viewers are smarter than the average bear. I'm sorry, I completely and totally forgot to set up the YouTube stream until like 2 minutes ago. So I did have the Rockfin and the Rumble stream up, though. So that's okay. But anyways, welcome. Greetings, everyone. Glad you're here. Good to see you. I don't know why I don't need to hear the sound on Rumble. All right. Okay. People coming in. Great. Let's see. If you want to keep abreast of all things Black Bear News, you can you can follow me on Twitter at Black Bear News, the number 1, and you could go to the Telegram chat, which there's a link in the description box. Download Telegram, click the link, join the chat. People are doing it. We're having chats over there and stuff. Excuse me. Wow, that jumped on me. Okay. Yeah, there are lots of fires in British Columbia, for sure. We're going to look at that a little bit. Let's get into it, because I'm going to have to... I know I always say this, but I started the stream kind of late. However, I'm going to have to end the show slightly early, and that means I'm going to have to not go on tangents today. All right, ring-tailed fox. Hello. Bella, going south. Malcolm, Gene, Gregory, people, what's up? Rockfin is rocking. Old as dirt. Osama, Rockfin is rocking. We got some people on Rumble. Okay, cool. Like the videos, all that kind of stuff. Just a quick note. Tomorrow, I'm undecided whether, I'm not totally sure if I'm going to do an 11 a.m. post or not, but just keep an eye out for that. The reason why I say that is I am exhausted, and I have to go to work tonight, and I have to wake up early in the morning, and so I just don't know if I'm going to have all the energy to do a couple shows tomorrow. But you never know. I mean, things might work out. But there will be at 4 p.m. tomorrow a book reading. Not going to do a regular Black Bear News. We're going to do a book reading, Ministry for the Future. We're still reading the book, Ministry for the Future. So at 4 p.m. tomorrow, come on over to Black Bear News for a good old-fashioned book reading. Okay? Okay, cool. Let's see. It's supposed to be 90 degrees in Alaska. Osama sent me this. Wild, yes. That's not really supposed to happen. I mean, maybe once in a blue moon. Temperatures in Fairbanks, Alaska, are predicted to reach a record-tying 90 degrees Fahrenheit because of a prolonged, unusually late heat wave. Temperatures in Fairbanks, Alaska, are forecast to hit 90 degrees Fahrenheit on Wednesday. That was yesterday. 32 degrees Celsius, hotter than expected highs in New Orleans, Atlanta, and Washington, D.C. that day. In fact, it will be hotter in Fairbanks than much of the contiguous U.S. east of the Mississippi River. The expected temperature in the Alaskan city would tie a record for that date, and the heat could exceed it. The unusually soaring temperatures in Alaska's interior are a result of very, very strong bubble of warm air or high pressure that has set up over Alaska, said Greg Michaels, a meteorologist on a temporary detail at the National Weather Service's office in Fairbanks. Though such heat events are not unheard of there, this one is unusually strong and persistent for this time of year. The high-pressure system settled over the area on Friday because such systems are essentially domes of air. They can act like a shield against storms that bring cooler air. The recent one over Alaska has been keeping weather systems off to the north and west of us, Michael said. With the sun streaming down through cloudless skies, it's allowing the air to heat up pretty good, and we're getting close to record highs. The heat is expected to peak in Fairbanks on Wednesday. If the thermometer does hit 90 degrees Fahrenheit, that would tie the record. What did it actually hit? Anybody know? Because I feel like this is past tense. Your dad had some nasty chemicals, Osama? Shoot. Wow. That's wild. You like the book reading, Old as Dirt? Let's see. Where? Let's see if we can find an official Fairbanks temperature. Well, it says it's 80 right now in Fairbanks, which is pretty warm, it would seem to me. What was it yesterday? Can we see it? Can we see? 84 was the high today. Can we see what it was yesterday? Anybody? Anybody? Let's see if they'll show it to us. It got up to 88 degrees, 90 degrees on Tuesday. So hit it on Tuesday, 88 on Wednesday, 87 on Monday. Yeah, that's warm. Fairbanks, Alaska. Malathion? Oh my God. Chlordane and Roundup. Yes. You're soaking in it. Meanwhile, in Jasper, the town of Jasper is up in smoke. Or at least this is some footage. If it ever shows up. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot as hell. It's actually very hot today. Extremely hot. Even hotter here today than it was yesterday. Heartbreaking images coming out from Jasper. Devastating wildfires engulfed the town of Jasper. The fire, fueled by fierce winds, has resulted in a wall of flames reaching 300 to 400 feet high, destroying homes and businesses. Jasper is in Alberta. Which is pretty far north. Right? I imagine the same heat dome was covering Canada as well, right? Tar sands. Do they do tar sands in Jasper? Or Alberta they do, right? I don't know about Jasper. Jasper's in the mountains, right? Sorry for the shakiness of the video. But yes, British Columbia has been, we talked about it the other day. Lots and lots of fires in British Columbia and elsewhere in Canada. Alberta being hit as well. Right? They're getting it. Here's a... I believe this is from Canada. Another map of all the fires going on. We're live on Rockfin, Rumble, and on YouTube. You guys can watch the show on any of those channels. Ring-tailed Fox says the tar sands are about 700 miles northeast of Jasper. From Evan Frost, one way to define the pyrocene when there are so many wildfires going that the watch duty map becomes unintelligible and nobody can keep the name straight, even for the incidents. 100,000 acres, over 100,000 acres of fire. The Petrocene. I haven't heard that one. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. Slow scrolling. The hell? Sorry. This screenshot is showing parts of Oregon, Idaho, and western Montana. So if you're wondering about the location of this picture. All right, let's keep going. This out of the Philippines. There's a typhoon in the area doing a lot of damage. And again, we'll wait for this to come up. Creative experiments. You just went to Alaska, saw the glaciers by cruise? Okay. Multiple barges and boats slammed into each other and a bridge along a typhoon-swollen river in the Philippines on Wednesday. This is Quezon City. Holy shnikes, that's a mess. Out-of-control barges. Let's see. And there's a bunch of other. I think the typhoon is called Gamey. Gamey? Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Gamey? Gamey? Nothing is cooperating. Let's see. But this is from Taiwan. Somebody driving their Tesla through severe flooding in Taiwan. We'll see if the video ever opens up. Hello. Hello, video. Eventually. It's kind of wild footage, though, if we can get it to... It's hard to really see. It looks like they're in a... It doesn't look real. Looks like they're in a car wash. All All right, now it's starting to go. It just looks totally unreal. Or it looks like it's like a ride at an amusement park, like a log jammer ride or something. But I guess you can drive Teslas through floods though, for a little while anyways. As long as the water doesn't get to the battery, you're okay. And then here is some more footage from Taiwan. Sorry, so slow, guys. But this is fairly crazy footage as well. Typhoon Gaimi, now a super typhoon. Metro Manila has been under a state of calamity as rains have caused flooding in various parts of the capital region. And people just cruising the bus on through. And these other people are trying. Those cars are mostly floating though. Gaimi? Okay. Those Beatles were prophets, weren't they? Mexico also got hit with some. They got some slapping. Mother Nature commenced to slapping on Mexico. I mean, these are just videos of floods. I don't know. But, this just goes to show the overview, the worldwide situation of what is going on with climate change. And there's a lot of fiery debate out there about what's causing all these floods. But at least some people are recognizing or acknowledging that there seems to be a lot of floods happening all over the planet. Must be Dr. Evil. Peligro indeed. Let's see. One more. Colorado. Loveland, Colorado. We're going to move on to some other things. Did I tell you it's hot? Here, where I'm doing the show? Thermometer on my studio wall says 100 degrees. Which is about what it is outside. I've got the door open, the bomb bay door open, and the fan on. So it's, mostly the same temperature as it is outside. Maybe a few degrees warmer. But it says 100 degrees. Sot is back on YouTube. Nice. All right, let's look at this. Street is a lake. Hail covered lawns and roads in Loveland, Colorado. This is July 25th. Hail. Severe storm rolled through. That's hail in Loveland, Colorado. You got good weather in the ice cooler? Great. Sounds good, Salt Lakers. Ice cooler actually sounds mighty fine right about now. All right. This is a pretty amazing post. Every 6 years, the world consumes enough to build a coal replica of the Great Pyramid every 6 hours. Did I say years? I meant hours. Every 6 hours. That's kind of an amazing statistic. Every 6 hours, the world consumes enough coal to pile into a Great Pyramid of Giza. That's wild. Oh, I'm not going to be able to read this. This is Bloomberg. The dirtiest fossil fuel still powers the world. Talk of its demise is greatly exaggerated. Every second, the world burns 275 metric tons of coal, enough to fill 10 large dump trucks. That makes nearly 17,000 tons per minute. I mean, can you not do this, Bloomberg? Or 1 million tons an hour. Maybe I can find this somewhere else. What are the link fixers, guys? I know there's 12 foot doesn't work on Bloomberg. What's the other one? Crap. Anyways, amazing statistics. Oh, what's the other way to do it? If I turn it into text or something? Isn't there another trick? I feel like there's another way to do this. Oh, here we go. No. That's not it. Oh, I hate getting hung up on stuff like this. Anyways, quickly, the mass becomes so large it's difficult to comprehend its enormity. But I'll take a stab at putting it into context. Every 6 hours, the world consumes enough to build a coal replica of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And I don't know. I'm not going to spend any more time trying to read this article. Anybody got help? Anyways, dag nabbit. I know there's a trick to this. I forgot what it was. Anyways. Checking in on Rockfin. What's up, Rockfinners? How you doing? Okay. That is ingenuity, Salt Lakers. I'm digging that you did that. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't have my phone with me. How do I turn this off? Okay. Say what? Going south? Center? I don't even understand what you're saying. Yeah, anyways. I don't know. There was a trick to just reading this by text and getting around the paywall, and I already forgot what it was. And I don't have time to search it now, so we'll move on. But that's a lot of coal. That's all you got to know. Also, in America, I think we are the biggest extractors of oil as of late. Huh. I wonder if I open it in Tor, if I can read it. Anyways, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Where are you guys? I lost you. Okay. No country in history has extracted as much oil as the U.S. has in each of the past 6 years. Is it clean? Is it clean coal? That's what people want to know. Let's read this from The Guardian, which won't have a paywall. Let's see. Does this one work? Tor doesn't really work either. Ah, man. What is the trick? I forgot what it was. I just learned this trick about turning these articles into text so you can read them. And I forgot what it was. Trying to read this tab. This used to be a beautiful place. How the U.S. became the world's biggest fossil fuel state. No country has ever in history produced as much oil and gas as the U.S. does now. And Louisiana is ground zero. Well, duh, if you didn't know that. Let's see, Malcolm Young. You're on Ice Dragon? Right mouse and open reading mode. Let me see the article. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of the thing I was trying to what is Ice Dragon though? I don't know. Explain please. Is Ice Dragon a view page source? No, I don't want a view page source. What do I want to do? I don't know what Ice Dragon is, Malcolm. Please tell me, help me. Download the PDF of this article. That's what Old as Dirt says. Let's see. Komodo Ice Dragon browser. Oh, okay. There's a new browser every day. I don't know how to keep up. You kids are crazy. Can this do? I don't know. I don't know, guys. To witness how the United States has become the world's unchallenged oil and gas behemoth is to contemplate the scene from John Allaire's home, situated on a small spit of coastal land on the fraying Pancake Flat western flank of Louisiana. Allaire's looming neighbor, barely a mile across a ship channel that has been pushed into the Gulf of Mexico, is a hulking liquefied natural gas, or LNG, plant served by Leviathan ships shuttling its chilled cargo overseas. Another such terminal lies a few miles to the west, yet another to the north. The theme continues even in Allaire's seaward vista. Alongside a boneyard of old oil rigs, a new floating offshore LNG platform is in the works. I'm pretty much surrounded, said Allaire, a retired oil industry engineer who has a trailer, a couple of friendly dogs, and a patch of marshland and beach in Cameron Parish. Yet another gas export plant is planned just a few hundred yards from Allaire's property, while his existing imposing neighbor, which Allaire compares to Las Vegas, due to its incandescent flaring of gas into the night sky, is on track to expand to become one of the largest such facilities in the world. We don't really have a Gulf Coast in the U.S., said Allaire. We have the East Coast, the West Coast, and the Carbon Coast. This is simply a sacrifice zone for the oil and gas industry. The rise of the U.S. as the world's oil and gas powerhouse has come at an astonishing pace. Within just the last decade, Congress lifted a ban on exporting crude oil, and the U.S. became one of the world's largest oil exporters. Within just the last decade, huh? I thought Joe Biden was going to fix climate change. Anyways, one of the world's leading oil exporters, elbowing aside classic petrostates like the UAE and Kuwait. In that time frame, U.S. exports of gas frozen to liquid form and shipped also started in earnest, and last year America became the world's leader. To go from zero to billions of barrels is just stunning, said David Dismukes. Not to be confused with David Dukes. I know it's just David Duke. An energy expert at Louisiana State University, it can be hard to comprehend. Domestic oil and gas production, turbocharged by the advance of hydraulic fracturing or fracking, has rocketed. No country in history has extracted as much oil in the U.S. as the U.S. has in each of the past 6 years, with a fifth of all oil drilled in 2023 being American flavored. U.S. gas production also tops the global charts, having surged 50% in the last decade. Every hour of every day, on average, around 1 million barrels of oil and 2 million tons of gas are sucked up from oil and gas fields from Texas to Appalachia to Alaska. Look at this. Look at Biden. Okay, look at this. It's going up. It's actually kind of staying, somewhat plateaued, right? It's up a little bit under Republican, but, Clinton and Bush look about the same. Obama, about the same, maybe a little lower. Trump, up, as you might expect. Biden, pow, exploded it. Almost double what Trump, the licensing for drilling licenses, right? And the U.S. is on the rise. The U.S.'s hydrocarbon dominance coming as experts have warned there can be no fossil fuel projects if the world is to avoid climate breakdown. Well, duh. Challenges conventional assumptions about what makes a petrostate. While the vast, diverse U.S. economy doesn't hinge upon oil and gas like Libya's and Kuwait's economies do, some regions have been hooked on industry incomes, research shows. The U.S. has become a petrostate and is still, even under President Biden, even more, permitting new drilling. Nationally, though, it's been mostly unheralded ascension. I bet if you asked 10 people in the U.S. which country was the world's biggest oil producer, most would say Saudi Arabia, said Dismukes. That narrative is so imprinted now, I'm not sure many would even mention the U.S. Yeah. Kamala scene. Yes, creative experiments. Biden looks tired because of all the oil drilling permits he signed. Yes. Gene says Biden will be remembered as the genocide president who also wanted to cause the death of all life on the planet. That's a really good graph. Next time you want to, somebody's trying to tell you that, Biden is, well, if you're a one issue voter, climate change, well, obviously it's not Trump. Well, Biden has outpaced Trump. That's not saying that Trump is good. That's not me trying to say, well, Trump is better. Because Trump is bad too. Just Biden is worse than Trump. Trump is bad. Biden is worse than Trump. Does that equate to you? Also, we can thank Biden for a couple of wars brewing, maybe another one too. Thanks, Biden. All right, guys, if you enjoy this content coming to you for free 99 every single day of the week, or most every single day, Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends. If you enjoy this content and you want to support this content, and I would tell you that's a mighty fine idea, because this content needs your support. If you like this content coming back to you every single day, if you like the being able to hang out and chat and kick it and get the news with me, then your financial donations are really very much needed and greatly appreciated. I really greatly appreciate all the people that do contribute to the show. The ways to contribute to the show are in the description box. There's, direct donation links, PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, etc. Right? All the ones. You can also Super Ray, Super Chat, Rumble Rant, etc. And again, I appreciate all the people that do contribute to the show. You know who you are. Oh, don't forget the coffees. Don't forget the coffees. Let's see. Going to cover one other thing, and then I've got to sign off for the day, guys. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut it a little bit short. I meant to cover this article about, there's another source of oxygen in the deep ocean, and that deep sea mining threatens this source of oxygen. Let's see if we can get to this article. Scientists may have discovered a dark oxygen being created without photosynthesis. However, marine biologists that were looking at areas that have been mined found that it decimated life underneath the ocean. I wish I could find this. Let's look at this article. I wanted to talk about this the other day, and I didn't get a chance to. Researchers scouring the lightless landscape of the Pacific Ocean floor think they've observed dark oxygen being created there, potentially challenging commonly held beliefs about how oxygen is produced on Earth. Until now, it was thought that oxygen was created only through photosynthesis, a process that requires sunlight. But the discovery casts doubt on that theory and raises new questions about the origins of life itself. I think we therefore need to revisit questions like where could aerobic life have begun, said Andrew Sweetman, a professor with the Scottish Association for Marine Science in Oban, Scotland, in a news release. The research team led by Sweetman published its findings Monday in an article in the journal Nature Geoscience. The scientists aren't certain how oxygen is created at such dark depths, but they believe it's being produced by electrically charged minerals called polymetallic nodules, which range in size from small particles to about the dimensions of a potato. These nodules, effectively batteries in a rock, Sweetman said, may use their electric charge to split seawater into hydrogen and oxygen in a process called seawater electrolysis. The conventional view is that oxygen was first produced around 3 billion years ago by ancient microbes called cyanobacteria, and there was a gradual development of complex life thereafter, said the director of the Scottish Association for Marine Science, blah, blah, blah. Nicholas Owens, in the news release, the potential that there was an alternative source requires us to have a radical rethink. Oh, you're saying that science, once again, didn't understand something? They were confronted with new evidence, and they were like, we got to rethink this whole idea. Wow. All right. Anyways, researchers conducted tests on the seafloor and also collected samples to test above ground. They came up with the same result, that oxygen levels increased near the polymetallic nodules. Wow. The discovery could impact deep-sea mining. Polymetallic nodules contain metals such as manganese, nickel, and cobalt, which can be used to make the lithium-ion batteries used in consumer electronics. Yay! Appliances and electric vehicles. All right. Franz Geiger, a Northwestern University chemistry professor who worked on the study, said in a separate news release, there may be enough polymetallic nodules in the area of the Pacific Ocean called the Clarion-Clipperton Zone to meet global energy demands for decades after. But he also said that mining would have to be conducted in a way that did not eliminate oxygen for life forms in that part of the ocean. Well, how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? We need to be really careful. That's how we're going to do it. If it turns out that deep-sea mining will become an opportunity that's being pursued, that's done on a level and at a frequency that is not detrimental to life down there, Geiger told him. Do you think they're going to do it that way? Do you think? Companies conducted exploratory missions for deep-sea mining in the 1970s and 80s, he said, and recent research suggests that those missions may have had repercussions on marine life in the area for decades. A few years ago, a team of marine biologists went back to those areas that were mined 40 years ago and found essentially no life, Geiger said, and then a few hundred meters over to the left and the right, where the nodules were intact, plenty of life. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't have my phone. I don't know if I need to thank anybody or not. Hold on. Be right back. I like to just wander into the house while I'm doing a show. Thinks me is tired. I'll try to get to that article from the Bloomberg if I can, and bring it to you all another day. All right, guys. That about does it for me. Thanks so much for your eyes, your ears, and your conscience. And definitely thank you for the conversation. Let's see. I may be doing 11 o'clock show. Not totally sure. Just keep your eyes and your ears opened. I will be here doing a book reading at 4 p.m. of Ministry for the Future. So at 4 p.m. Ministry for the Future on the Black Bear News channels. So I'll either see you at 11 or I'll see you at 4. Thanks, guys. Until next time. Peace.